Hi, and welcome, everyone. Are we ready?
We're ready to go. Thank you, Terry.
Good. All right. I'm Terry Candelario Oates, an Artist Co-op 7 member and instructor. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to our 7th annual virtual reception called Beyond the Frame. Whether you're joining us for the first time or have returned for another round of our annual exhibition, we are delighted that you could be with us. Before I continue, I would like to take a moment to remember Jody Church, a longtime member of Artist Co-op 7. Her friendship and creativity enriched our community, and she will be greatly missed. But as we celebrate the joy of creating and sharing art together, we also celebrate the lasting impact of those fellow artists who have inspired us along the way. Our invitation to today's event highlights a collage entitled Myself by Co-op 7 instructor Adria Becker. And today, rather than saying good afternoon, I simply said hello, because one of the pleasures of a virtual exhibition is that friends, family, collectors, and art lovers can join us from wherever they are in the world. I am also delighted to introduce and congratulate the two newest members of Artist Co-op 7, Anahid Beauvoir and Angela Chadbourne, on their inaugural co-op exhibit. We welcome them to our group. Our program today will begin with a 15-minute video showcasing all of the artwork in Beyond the Frame. Following the video, each artist will briefly share the inspiration behind their work. To ensure the best experience for everyone, all guests will remain muted during the presentation. And for optimal viewing in Zoom, we recommend using side-by-side speaker view. At the conclusion of the program, we will post the artist's contact information for anyone who would like to learn more about their work. The Beyond the Frame exhibition opened on Wednesday, July 1st on the San Fernando Valley Arts and Cultural Center website and will remain on view through August 31st. After the exhibition closes, it will continue to be available, along with recordings of our previous 6 virtual exhibitions, in the archived exhibits section of the SFVACC website. You will also be able to access contact information for the artists. If you have any questions during the program, please enter them in the chat and we'll be happy to answer them at the end of the presentation. It is now my pleasure to introduce co-op artist and SFVACC treasurer, Pat Bates, who will introduce this year's collection of works. Enjoy Beyond the Frame.
Good afternoon, and I always need to push the right button here. On behalf of the San Fernando Valley Arts and Cultural Center, welcome to the 7th annual online Artist Co-op 7 summer exhibit. Check our website, sfvacc.org, for all our prior archived and upcoming exhibits, art courses, and more. It's my pleasure to introduce Co-op 7 Art Panel Director Jean Han to share a message from our curator, Helen Kim.
Thank you, Pat. I was saying, I'm Jean Han, Managing Director of Artist Co-op 7, Art Panel Director, Teaching Team Supervisor, and I'd like to thank you for coming today. I'd like to start by thanking our curator, Helen Kim, for creating this wonderful Beyond the Frame exhibit. Helen says, I strive to present the best of each artist by creating individualized showcases within the larger group exhibition. The vision is always to highlight each artist's work in a way that strengthens and supports the flow and impact of the show of fellow artists in a shared space. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the Artist Co-op 7 Beyond the Frame exhibition of 72 original paintings, collages, and drawings. The slideshow runs about 16 minutes. Let's dive right in and discover our Beyond the Frame creations.
Partners teaching classes.
Oh yeah, I see myself. Now I'm part of the group.
Now, I'd like I'm on, right?
Yes, you are.
So I'm delighted to welcome you to the Artist Spotlight Talks portion of the show. It's my pleasure to introduce the 12 Featured Artist Talks series. Each artist will be spotlighted alongside the images of their 6 featured paintings and tell us about their work in the show. The first artist is Rosemary Altschuler. Rosemary?
Yes. Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Rosemary Altschuler, and I've been painting for the last 40 years, and I never get tired of it. My first painting, The Flower Girl, is a watercolor with collage, and I use feathers and floral decals to enhance the painting. The next one, Just Ducky, shows my love of color and whimsy. And Fanciful Flowers, oh, wait a minute. This painting shows my love of color and whimsy. And here I put together still life with things that I thought would look interesting and colorful.
Where's the pure
In this painting,
light?
I am exploring using different colors than I would normally use for a landscape. It's called Mountainous House. In this watercolor, I exaggerated the movement of the trees to give them a sense of dancing. It's called Dancing Trees, naturally. And the last painting, Koi Koi, here you see that I hid 3 koi fish amongst the colorful abstraction. Now I would like to introduce the very talented Pat Bates.
Well, thank you, Rosemary. And good afternoon, all our guests. We're thrilled you can attend our virtual reception for Beyond the Frame. I am honored to be included in this exhibit. My work included in this exhibit integrates shape and texture with a variety of media, including old news of moments past and topo maps of places that will never be revisited, all focused into a new reality or unreality as the case may be. I like having fun with my artwork, and I think it shows. So moving right along, and next, I am honored to introduce the fabulous artist and my good friend, Adria Becker.
Thank you so much, Pat. And yes, your work is fun. It always makes me smile. I'm a native Californian, born and raised in Los Angeles. I teach the Artist Co-op 7 figure drawing class currently on Zoom. Additionally, I teach private painting classes in and around LA. The collage portraits in the show were created from a live model, inspiring me to use paint and cut paper and text to invoke the shared atmosphere between us. For the artwork on the invitation, Beauty Blooms, I used rice paper, magazines, and washi tape to express the spring awakening of the model, flowers, and insects. It also has a resin coating, which increases the depth and color. Inspired by blue depicts the model with some of my favorite blue items. Note the Porsche. Sometimes the piece is made from snippets I've saved just for the occasion. The portrait Lavender Gaze was made with rice paper, book pages, and acrylic paint, highlighting the model's wistful expression. The observers stems from the model who was looking directly at us, but I had these eyes, and I knew I had to use them. I added the jungle and the leopard to tell a story. Vintage sheet music was the inspiration for Younger Than Springtime, titled after the song. Leopard Lover was motivated by a model with wild hair, which I transformed with animal prints. Thank you for joining us today, and may I introduce Margaret Burnett, who will be speaking for Anahid Beauvoir.
Thanks, Adria. Yes, my name is Margaret Burnett, and I've been asked to say a few words about the work of one of our new members, Anahid Beauvoir. Anahid unfortunately cannot participate today, but we send her our very best wishes and warmly welcome her to Artist Co-op 7. Thank you, Cleo. Anahid's work is the manifestation of our Artist Co-op 7 philosophy, personal growth through learning and creative expression. Anahid has an open mind and an open heart, and she fearlessly explores the creative process as a personal journey of self-discovery. Every painting you see here is the result of that process. Her self-portrait, Artist Masking, is particularly striking to me. She has really looked at herself and drawn what she sees, not making any assumptions. And that can be said about all of her work. I think all of these paintings are portraits in a way. Plants, flowers, everyday objects, all deeply observed and made extraordinary by Anahid's unique vision. And now I'd like to introduce myself. I found I could say things with color and shapes I couldn't say any other way, things I had no words for. Though those are the words of George O'Keeffe, I feel the same. I could leave it at that, but here's a bit more about what you're looking at today. Morning paper depicts my own dining room. Glass gallery comes from my volunteer work at the Getty Center. I've taken many students into Gallery North 104 over the years and done drawings alongside them. It's one of my favorite galleries there. Self-portrait, well, obviously it's a self-portrait. The two still life paintings are from setups in my studio. And last but not least, Coco. Coco was a mischievous donkey who lived on a farm in England, a farm that posts daily videos of all the animals there. I'm not much of a social media person, but I became captivated by Coco and her frequent escapades. She really liked to snack on sunflowers, and she would escape to the field whenever possible, much to the dismay of the farmer. When she passed away, I was really sad, so I brought her back for one last adventure. And now I'd like to introduce Susan Cass.
Thank you, Margaret, and thank you, Coco. This is my second time participating in the Artist Co-op 7 exhibition. I still consider myself a new artist, and I'm enjoying all that I've been learning. I very much appreciate the encouragement I've received from my fellow Co-op 7 artists. My paintings are all in watercolor and reflect my interest in bold colors and deep shadows. I seem to favor blues and purples, but my painting Red Harvest changed that up a bit. I love to notice and paint the interesting shapes created by shadows, which you can see in my paintings as well. Thank you so much for coming to our reception. It's my pleasure to introduce the next artist, Angela Chadbourne.
Thank you, Susan. I'd like to also thank Pat and Jean and the Artist Co-op team for their hard work on putting this show together. I appreciate their guidance and preparing me for this show and as I develop as an artist. This is my first show with the co-op, and the paintings I'm sharing with you are watercolor and watercolor pencil. In creating Portland in Pink and Dancing Trees, I was experimenting with techniques to create texture like salt or plastic and different ways of creating texture. In North Head Lighthouse, I utilized the use of unexpected color. And if you've been to Portland and you've seen the sky there, you understand that. In Calais Incognito, I was exploring value and contrast. The inspiration for the Owens River and most of my painting comes from time spent with traveling with my wonderful family and my husband. And now I would like to introduce the talented and very knowledgeable Selena Chen.
you, Angela. Congratulations on becoming a new members of the co-op. Hello, everyone. I'm very honored to be here today to be part of the 7th annual show. And I've been with the co-op for a number of years, and my experience with this group has been nothing but wonderful. I enjoy painting with all these talented artists, and I also have an opportunity to teach watercolors. So it's all good. The painting in this show are all watercolor. And if there's one word I want to use to describe these paintings is a joy. The 5 florals brings back memories of all these beautiful flowers. That always make me happy. And the figure painting in the middle, the 2 darling little girl who are granddaughters of a dear friend of mine. And they're having fun picnicking in a park. The one thing I want to show in these paintings is how lights bring all the subject matter to life. And I really enjoy capturing these moments, and I hope you enjoy viewing them as well. So thank you very much for being here today. And now it's my honor to introduce Jean Han, who is the leader of our group.
Thank you, Selena, for that kind introduction. I'm Jean Han, and I thank everyone for coming today. We're happy to have you. I'm presenting a group of my recent figure collages. My work in this exhibition is created from live models, a subject I continually explore and experience together with other co-op artists. I find satisfaction in the spontaneous emotional activity of creating the visual melodies of expression. The artist is the instrument. Nature's energy goes in and is interpreted through the artist's mind and body. My desire embodies many different approaches. What will happen? It's a good question. It just happens by bringing my body and soul into harmony. I hope you see the magic. And it is now my pleasure to introduce our next featured artist, Don Kihara.
Thank you, Jean. My name is Don Kihara, and my work is a result of seeking to improve as an artist through exploration, practice, and discovery. Oil painting is a wonderful medium which allows the artist to create images with color, texture, light, and space. The flexibility of oils has allowed me to make adjustments to paintings as they are completed. Anything from subtle tones to vibrant contrast is possible. It's an honor for me to join the fellow artists in this show and to share these images of my work. And now I'd like to introduce the next artist, Lauren Leibowitz.
Thank you, Don. Hi, everyone. I am beyond thrilled to be here with the co-op, presenting my work, and to have you all here with us to see so many talented artists showing their work. I am often asked why I paint portraits. Have you ever really looked at someone's face? I mean, really looked? Every person in this room has a face, a story, and the right to exist on their own terms. These portraits are the witness to the quiet courage it takes just to be yourself in the world. I work and play, and I emphasize play, in mixed media, collage, pastel, ink, acrylic, and I love layering. I just love it. And I layer the materials the way life layers experience. Each portrait that I start begins with deep observation, the architecture of a face, the weight behind the eyes, and the story the body is longing to tell. So now I would like to introduce you to a few of my favorite portraits, unique faces of people meant to be seen. First, I'd like to start with cartography of a face, a woman whose face maps every road she has traveled, courage, loss, perseverance, all of it without apology. Connor Goes Country. Yeehaw! I love this one. A cowboy rendered in contour, his strong features softened by quiet emotion. Vulnerability lives inside toughness if you look closely enough. Spiritual warrior, a hero carrying the weight of his people's values and the right to exist. The responsibility on his face is sacred. Booby trap, a nude male figure in ink, his stare fixed on the shadows just ahead, the unnamed fears we all step toward whether we're ready or not. Next, submerged, a woman disappearing into her own interior world, choosing thought over chaos. Sometimes withdrawal is survival. And finally, spoken truth, a black man in white pastel, hand over his mouth, eyes wide with the weight of words already spoken, the cost of honesty, the courage it takes to tell the truth anyway. And I'd like to leave you with one thought from an artist, and her name is Arlene Correa Valencia, and she says, humanity needs to be seen and shared in the arts. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce the very talented Denise Yarfitz-Pierre.
Thank you, Lauren. That was very gracious. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. All the pieces that I have in the show today are portraits in mixed media and collage. Over the past few years, I've developed a layering process that usually starts with watercolor on paper. And sometimes it's a watercolor that I've previously painted and decided to give a different life to. I collage tissue paper on top of that, and in a very purely abstract way. I don't have an idea of what it's going to be when I do that. The next step is to draw on top of it using wax pastel crayons. Building up the image with many layers of color. When trying to come up with names for these pieces, the names of ancient Greek gods and goddesses popped into my mind. Although drawn from live models, real people, to me, their contemplative, unsmiling faces took on a mythic, archetypal presence. I've always been interested in ancient myths as a lens through which people explain the universe and human behavior. In the first piece, on the upper left, we meet Morpheus, the god of dreams, superimposed on a ghostly architectural space. Morpheus is the master shape shifter, able to enter our subconscious minds in human form. Next is Pandora, whom according to the Greeks, was the first woman on Earth. According to the Renaissance version of her story, out of curiosity, she opens a mysterious box, releasing all the evils of humanity, but she snaps it shut just in time to keep hope inside. In the original telling of the tale, what she opens is a large jar that contains all the blessings for humanity. To the right of Pandora is Poseidon. Poseidon presides over the sea, storms, earthquakes, and horses. In my drawing, Poseidon seems immersed in thought in an ambiguous, watery expanse. On the bottom left is Artemis. She is the goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, wild animals, and childbirth. My current day Artemis appears immersed in thought, emerging from a leafy space to calmly survey her realm. Next is Hecate. She is associated with magic, witchcraft, the moon, crossroads, and the underworld. Here, Hecate is a keeper of secrets. and she is admonishing others, including the viewer, to do the same. Last, we have Adonis. He was the mortal lover of the goddesses Aphrodite and Persephone. In classical antiquity, he was considered to be the ideal of male beauty, and his name still holds the same meaning today. I like to call my version Adonis of the rodeo due to his cowboy hat. And now I'd like to turn things over to Jean Han, who will introduce our musical performances. Jean, you need to unmute.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Thank you, Denise.
Yeah.
And thank you to all of our featured artists for sharing your beautiful, insightful, artistic visions in our Artist Co-op 7 Beyond the Frame exhibition. Now, in celebration of our exhibit, we are pleased to present a musical performance by Kelsey Hahn. Kelsey, soprano, currently sings with the widely recognized Los Angeles Philharmonic Master Chorale under the direction of Grant Gershon. Kelsey?
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Kelsey Hahn, and I'm so grateful to be with you all today to share in this wonderful art show. I always feel so lucky to be a part of these experiences and get to see all the fabulous work that these artists are doing, and I'm thrilled to be able to share 2 songs with you today. The first song I'll be singing is Think of Me from The Phantom of the Opera. I'm doing this piece because this is one of my dad's favorite pieces, and I've been thinking about him a lot lately, and I thought this would be a nice way to honor him and his memory and share this with all of you. The second song I will be doing is called Growing Up. It's from the TV show Superman and Lois, which I was lucky enough to sing in a few years ago. This is the full version, and it's a very sweet song about growing up and facing your challenges and learning how to become a confident person despite all of the things that we have to overcome and what the important parts of our lives are. So I hope you enjoy these 2 songs. First is Think of Me.
Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me every so often, promise me you'll try. On that day, that not so distant day, when you're far away and free, if you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. And though it's clear, though it was always clear that this was never meant to be, if you happen to remember, stop and think of me. Think of August when the world was green. Don't think about the way things might have been. Think of me waking silent, unresigned. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. Think of me, please say you'll think of me, whatever else you choose to do. There will never be a day when I won't think of you.
And the next song is Growing Up.
There's a fight to be won for the love you find at home. Work to be done before you rest your weary bones. I'm finding peace don't come to everyone I know. So I will love in this life until I finally have to go. Well, I know I have lived just a wrinkle of my life, and I hear so many times it'll be over if I blink twice. Please forgive if I don't walk off that plank stuck in your eye. I've got my life to love, and I'm here to take what's mine. I've got my life to love, and I'm here to take what's mine. Growing up, child, it's just a matter of time. Forgiving all you've got, so won't you dance under the sun? Growing old feels like you're giving up your soul. I'd rather give it freely to the ones that I call home. I ain't scared, no, not afraid of the world in front of me. I found my way without your help. With a broken family, I'll take my breaks with my sins. I'll do as I do please with my friends till the end. There lies my loyalty. I used to close my eyes to what stirred under my bed. Now they're open wide to the monsters in my head. Instead of claws, they whisper lies, sinking fear in quiet steps. So I will fight in the light till I give my final breath. Growing up, child, it's just a matter of time. Forgiving all you've got, so won't you dance under the sun? Growing old feels like you're giving up your soul. I'd rather give it freely to the ones that I call home. I'd rather give it freely to the ones that I call home.
Thank you so much for sharing this day with me and for letting me be a part of this wonderful celebration. Sending you all lots of love.
Jerry? You're muted.
Hi.
Hi.
Jerry Candelario Oates again, AC7 art panel instructor, and this picture shows Jean Hahn, Managing Director of Artist Co-op 7, who has held this position and kept our co-op going since 1995. And I would like to thank the talented Kelsey Hahn for sharing beautiful music performance with us today. Kelsey, the music you bring us is always much appreciated and enjoyed. I would also like to thank you, our guests, for joining us today for the Co-op's 7th annual virtual reception Beyond the Frame. We appreciate your support and participation and hope you enjoyed the show. We're grateful also to our 12 featured artists, and especially to Co-op artist Pat Bates, SFVACC Treasurer, who put together the virtual exhibition presentation, as well as to Susan Spector, SFVACC President, and the entire SFVACC board and staff for creating our beautiful website exhibition and our 12-year affiliation. Thank you to our Zoom Tech Committee, Co-op 7 artists, Pat Bates, Margaret Burnett, and Denise Yarfitz-Pierre, who skillfully contributed to the virtual reception's behind-the-scene production. A special thank you also goes out to our longtime co-op exhibit curator, Helen Kim, for once again creating another quality co-op exhibit. The co-op artists are known for their spirit of fun, caring, and cooperation. Art can engage and enrich us. Art can challenge our assumptions, and art can broaden our horizons. Thank you to our loyal members and participants for your continued support. It's your participation that sustains our longevity and our long-standing belief in cooperation. And I especially want to thank our exceptional teaching team of 8 co-op 7 artists who never tire of learning and teaching others. Slide. And welcome to the world of Artist Co-op 7. We are a group of over 50 artists who support the artistic and spiritual growth of each individual member. After 30 years of in-person exhibits, we never imagined that we would be working together on Zoom. Yet our doing so enables artists from all over the region and indeed the world to participate in the co-op today. Slide. The co-op's founding members and teachers were students of the late Dr. Alexander Willemsens. Alex, a multifaceted personality, was a master in the fields he pursued, an accomplished award-winning artist, gifted architectural designer, founder and director of Artist Co-op 7. Dr. Willemsens' artistic principles and process of self-discovery became the basis of the Co-op 7's philosophy, the process of being, doing, and becoming. Slide. Our group's objective is to continually strive to create and maintain an environment where each individual can experience and develop their unique creativity through classroom study programs, workshops, demonstrations, retreats, field trips, and various exhibition opportunities arranged by the co-op. Right. This collage image simply expresses our joy in our artistic community and serves as a powerful symbol to the enduring strength of the bonds we form in Artist Co-op 7 life. And that concludes our show. So thank you for viewing the Beyond the Frame exhibit. You can revisit the entire Beyond the Frame exhibit, the Zoom reception, artist bios, and contacts at the center website, www.sfvacc.org. Say that 3 times. We will post the web address in the chat. And if an artwork speaks to you, I invite you to take it home. Most every artwork in the show is available for purchase, and showing in your home helps the story continue. Join us again next time, and we wish you a pleasant evening. Thank you.